But first off, what the hell is this? Sand creepers? For real? I don't like this. Hello and welcome back. Welcome to the new year. Welcome back to Landscapes Recreated. As you probably can see, we have a few new things here. Hello, Hermit Crab. And hello, new Crane. In the winter break, I upgraded the mod pack and we're now in version 1.20.1. And sadly, some things have not been available for that version. And this is why I had to rebuild the whole crane. Because the mod I pretty much used for 95% of it is no longer in the pack. Or at least not for now. It will probably come back at some point. But to be honest, I like this crane even more. So for the next steps for this Let's Play, I used my handy clipboard to put some things on here. So I want to start getting more industrial. So I want to get the first factories running. I want to get a big old storehouse at the docks. So probably I need to extend this here. And I thought about using this island over here as an industrial area and putting a big storehouse over here where I can put in all the things I get manually for now, because I have nothing automated other than the bit of iron. But the first thing I want to automate is actually bricks. And this probably has to happen before I build the storehouse, because I have nearly enough bricks that I want to use for that. And also to get power for the new industrial area, I actually want to go for steam boilers. Because, well, they're not really expensive and they produce a lot more power than good old water wheels. So, with this in mind, let me check my brick storage. How much do I have? As far as I can see, I'm sitting on around 5.5 stacks of bricks. Well, this is probably not nearly enough. And I also want to get a lot of tuff for a foundation. At least I have some andesite left. And this means I need to get either automating these bricks or go mining or both. All right. Let's see. To get bricks, I need 4 bricks. Well, I can automated package this, which is nice. For bricks, I can bulk blast clay balls. Clay balls I can get by bulk washing sand. I can get sand by crushing gravel, and I can get gravel by crushing or milling cobblestone. And cobblestone, well, I can get with water and lava. That means I do need crushing wheels. And for crushing wheels, the recipe is a little bit, let's say, bigger than the normal crafting table, so it has to be done with these mechanical crafters, and these mechanical crafters need brass casing and electron tubes. So I need to get iron plates, that's not a problem, and polished rose quartz, which is redstone dust and cinnabar. Either cinnabar or redstone dust and nether quartz, which is also not the biggest problem. So let me get into crafting and I'll try to get some mechanical crafters. Let's keep grinding, let's keep grinding, let's keep grinding. And 32 polished rose quartz acquired. So, with these electron tubes, I can get my mechanical crafters, and I need brass casing and a crafting table as well. Brass casing is like the andesite casing, just stripped log and right-clicking with a brass ingot. So we should be able to do this very easily. Which also makes a nice floor if I have too much of that at some point. And with this I have 21 mechanical crafters. So mechanical crafters do need quite a bit of power to run fast. And I don't really have any power left because I think this is at like 100%. And it's at 96%. So not enough for the crafters. So let's just go 2 steps further, and this should be this one. Yes. Well, this it just disappeared. My copper. You. Oh. God, no! You cannot bulk blast copper, raw copper blocks. I lost all my copper. That's not good. That's no good. So I somehow need to repair my diamond pickaxe and get down in the mine to collect some more. And just a short moment later, I have more copper that I could carry. So what I'm going to do now is getting into steam. So for the steam engine, I need golden sheets, andesite alloy, and blocks of copper. So for now, we just need a small burner or a small steam engine, and with this we can get a lot done. I need some sort of barrel and 2 copper sheets, so let's get a bunch of barrels. Another thing where I'm very happy that it's fixed is that I can now just put things here in the crafting table and use the craft button to move them over. This didn't work in the last version and I don't know why. And no, this is not going to stay here for long. But as I want to build most things in a brick fashion, I really do need some where to start. Alright, so I'm now pumping water into this tank very, very slowly. But as this is an infinite water source, it never stops. And also I have my blaze burners below. And if I now go ahead and put a steam engine on here, you can see at the top the boiler status is idle because I have no water. And the water input rate is far too low, so I need to speed this up. And here we go. So we have a size 3 boiler with 1 level of water and 1 level of heat. If I wanted to increase the output of the thing, I need to add first more water, and second I need to feed these guys so they get a little bit more heat. But for the moment, I can just attach a shaft and it's working. And then I can go ahead and connect my mechanical crafters. And there we go. And if I put a barrel here, it also has an inventory to output things. And now we have a very big crafting window. And you can see all of these cogs here are turning, so it does have enough energy to operate. Thanks to our really passive steam boiler. And here we go. So I need andesite alloy all around. 1 stone in the middle and 4 planks. And now let's watch the crafting. All the things will move very, very slowly because it's not really sped up towards the one point where it connected the end, and collect the things that are within the crafting elements one by one until all is combined in the last one. So another andesite alloy and the last plank, and we're getting towards the end. And with this one, the craft is completed. Yay! This recipe always makes 2 crushing wheels, which is really nice because you always need 2 crushing wheels to do anything. But I want a few more, so I'm going to repeat this a few more times. And I'll be right back. There's a lot of work for me ahead to get this island to become an industrial area. Between the last clip and this one, a few days in real time and a few hours of work have been completed, and as you can see, the shore is slowly freezing over, so winter has come. And if I turn around here, you can see the whole district I was mentioning before has changed a little bit because I was busy terraforming pretty much everything. And if I jump into FreeCam, just taking a look around, down here in this quadrant, we will have the big warehouse, the storage. I want to get an iron farm set up here permanently, maybe a crane or a lighthouse over here, and of course the docks where our ships are going. And over here, we will probably have our first building, and it will be a big factory producing cobblestone, gravel, sand, and finally clay, so we can get bricks going, because we will need a lot of bricks for a lot of buildings. So let's jump back and I'll gather some materials, and then you'll see a short montage of me putting together a first factory. Let's get going. And let me get down here somehow. Ouch. All right, I do have a variety of different tough types and a very useful item called the Builder's Trowel. This one will actually just use random blocks from my hotbar to be placed, and that makes it a lot easier to just get a bit of structure into a building. And I think let's just go ahead and put down a foundation. Maybe we can go something like this and then get over here and up until like 2 blocks to the street. And this should give us plenty of room to build. Alright, so far it looks absolutely horrible. Let's see how we can improve. I'd love to use frame blocks here because they're really, really useful for detailing like this. But sadly, Fabric doesn't have any frame blocks, so I have to use whatever I can. This is pretty much how much my 5.5 stacks of bricks got me. I thought I would get a little farther, and I initially wanted to have this to be a 3-story building. Now we have 1 story and a bit of a roof, and I can tell you what I mean with a bit. Yeah, it's not nearly complete. So before I continue building the thing up and moving the roof up, I need to get bricks going. So I think the first floor here will be a brick production. So let me get things together and we will automate bricks. I got some things together, and the first part of this building as a whole has to be a cobblestone generator, because without a good amount of cobblestone we won't get anything done. So I actually went on a little search and I found a nice design by a channel called Our Creators, link in the description below. And well, I'm probably will change a few things because I already saw that there might be some things that are not suitable for me. But I set up the schematic cannon, loaded their design, the Infinite Cobble Gen version 2, and let's print it into this world. Yeah, so the idea of this design is to not break cobblestone with any sort of drills, but instead with block clipping. So you can see these windmill sails. These windmill sails are connected to mechanical bearings, so they will turn just a little bit and then clip back into their original position. And in the time they turn, cobblestone can generate in their place, and as soon as they clip back, well, the cobblestone is destroyed and dropped down. I will need to get some water going down here, so the cobblestone goes into these smart chutes you can see here on the front, and those will drop the cobblestone into these barrels. I'll see you right back when this cobblestone gen is working. And there it's going. Alright, as you can see, I'm producing a whole lot of cobblestone. Every time you see the flickering, it generates 27 cobblestone and they'll get instantly broken. So it's probably more like, I don't know, 2 or 3 times a second. It's on a 6-tick clock. So yeah, it probably is roughly 3 times a second. And as you can see, if I take a look here, this vault is filling rapidly with cobblestone. This should be more than fast enough for our needs here. And it's controlled by this threshold switch here, which is reading how much stuff is in the vault. And as soon as it hits this 91% marker, which will happen in probably roughly 30 seconds, if not less, then it switches to the other lane, and then it starts outputting a redstone signal. And if I quickly dig myself below here, you can see there's something called a redstone link at the back here. And as soon as this here lights up, like I said, just a moment, this will light up and the whole contraption will stop working. And yeah, you can listen. It's suddenly very silent here, and it says move to the upper lane at 90%. So as soon as I take stuff out of this vault, it will turn on up until the point it's filled for 90% again, which is very nice. You can see if it's turned off, you have a lot of cobblestone just stuck in there. Well, happens, I guess. But it really doesn't take a lot of rotational power. It's being powered by one water wheel down here. And here in the back you can see these are the signals that are now turned on. And these are stopping the machine from working. So, very, very nice. Hey, mister, I didn't invite you here. Please go away. I do have unlimited cobblestone now here. Next step is getting the cobblestone out of here and grinding it down into gravel and then sand. I just put together the first 2 belts connected with a brass funnel here on my item vault. So everything that comes out here will get, well, can't see it, on this belt. And then I have 2 brass funnels here, splitting everything that is on one belt 50-50. So half of the cobblestone that comes out here will continue on that belt and go directly into the straw access point. And the other half of the cobblestone comes out here and will continue on this belt forward. Now I'm taking 2 vertical gearboxes and I put a shaft here in this belt. And I put one gearbox here and the other one on this side. And these will be my first grinding wheels. Grinding wheels look very big, but they're actually just one block, so I can walk up to there and jump here on the middle. You just need to be careful not to get in between these things when they turn, because you will die very, very quickly. I mean, they're called crushing wheels for a reason. I could substitute these crushing wheels here for a simple millstone, because cobblestone to gravel, as we saw in our iron factory, can be done via a millstone, but a millstone can only do 1 cobblestone at a moment, while a crushing wheel can do a lot more. Gravel comes out of here, and the gravel will need to be turned into sand, so we can do the same thing right behind here. Setting in a shaft in this one, putting in 2 vertical gearboxes, one on this side, one on this side, and just putting the next crushing wheels directly behind them. This way we have sand here at the end. Actually, we do get multiple outputs here. We do get sand, we do get clay, and we do get flint. So let me put a draw access point here. So everything that comes out of these crushing wheels can go directly into the draw access point. As we learned in a few episodes ago, these draw access points can connect multiple draws in like a network. But what we can do is also use these draw connectors, which are no draws, but they can act like a draw without an inventory. So I can put these things here above those, connect those, and probably, where do I want my storage here? Maybe over here? And then I can put 2 drawers in here, easily accessible if we just come in here. Having our storage in there is a nice thing. And we do get 1 for cobblestone. We do get 1 for sand, 1 for flint, and 1 for clay. Then we have 1 for bricks and 1 for the brick blocks. Later on, obviously, we will somehow get all of the things down here in our warehouse, which will be probably even easier than storing them here in detail. But before that, we need to build a warehouse. Excuse the rain, by the way, it just doesn't want to go away. So, the next thing is we will have our items in here, and I want to have sand in this lower left one and the brick blocks in the lower middle. And for those two, I want to be a little more detailed on how to use these items. So for first of all, I want to shut the whole factory down if the brick blocks are full, or at least everything that uses the sand. And the second thing is that I want to use, or that I always want to have some sand on hand. So I just put in a bit of a floor here so we can move a few blocks up. And I also connected these drawer connectors up to there because we will need them in a second. The next step we need to go on is to wash our sand. We can put our drawer access point above here. Because then we can go ahead having a brass funnel to output the sand out to here, and I need a piece of sand to filter this before I connect it to the network. As it can just access all the drawers we have down there, taking the sand out, putting it on here, and then we can have another chute at the bottom, which I can't reach right now. So like this, turning it around and filtering it for not sand. Only sand can come out of this brass funnel and only clay balls will get into this one. Then let's grab a leaf and waterlog it, and now we have our miniature washing station for sand, which should work just fine. I'll also encase this so we can't get drops anywhere else. And with this, our clay automation is done. Now we just need to do pretty much the same thing for our brick blasting. So I'm going to put one drawer connector there, put another access point here, and just repeat the same process so we can output the clay and turn it into bricks. So, nice and compact. I think this should work very nicely. Let me grab the rest of the items, encase a bit of lava here, and then we'll take a look on how we get power to all of this. Be right back. And as you can see, everything is moving. So, what happened? First things first, I destroyed the small steam boiler I had built earlier this episode and set it up here. I think we are good for the moment for crushing wheels. I don't think we need any more than these right now. Connected all of these down here, and with this we are getting our cobblestone directly into here. This will just fill up until it's full, and then, well, it is. It will just display 1024 cobblestone from now on. But as you can see, we're also getting sand, the first bricks, a bit of clay, and flint. As soon as the next portion of sand is ground down, we will see a stack of sand falling out of here, going down there, and it already disappeared because, yeah, our fan had some action. And the same pretty much instantly happened after that here. So the clay just got cooked, and here you can see the next portion of bricks coming out and getting compacted into bricks. Nice. I'm going to tidy up this whole thing, wait around for probably a while until we got a few more bricks, and maybe I'll just finish the building. I'll see you in a while. And with now 1,500 brick blocks in hand, let's think about how we can get this building here finished. So the first part of action is we need to move this ceiling. If we want to get the 3 stories in that I planned originally, we need to move the ceiling part up 10 blocks in the air. How do we do this? With the use of a mechanical piston. This idea is not from myself, but from Foxy No Tails. Also his channel in the description if you don't already know him. I think he's one of the biggest create YouTubers right now. So yeah, if you see anything that might been an inspiration, it might be. So, how does it work, you ask? Well, we are taking one corner of this thing. So, let's start over here. Select this area. Go from here all over. And I think I might have everything selected, but now I can put my mechanical piston just on any block on here. Maybe on any block that is not glued in place. Turning it upside down, putting the extension poles down there. And if I now take my trusty hand crank, which is here, I should be able to just push all of this towards heaven. Alright, everything nicely glued together, and now I just need to move this up another 6 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Five and 6. And with this, the roof is where it should be. And now, after a few hours of building and rebuilding and changing my mind about how this thing should look, I'm pretty happy with it. After building the second floor, I first off decided to add a lot more windows than originally planned. Because, well, there's no electricity yet, gas is expensive, so the more natural light, the better. And then I just copy-pasted the second floor, one above, using the schematic cannon. Because why should I build something the same twice? If we take a look inside, nothing much has changed so far. Our machine is producing bricks over and over again. I had to void the flint at some point. There's just a chute with some lava below it, so everything that gets generated in regards of flint just gets deleted. Because, to be honest, our iron factory will produce a lot of flint, and I don't need a lot of flint. So, yeah. But we do have bricks incoming now. It's a little dark down here, but I can change that. And also, I put in the other floors, and above this one I have one that is completely empty right now. But yeah, that's our brick factory for now. And with this, I think we might be in a very nice position to start tackling the warehouse in the next episode. And until then, I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye.